So I think we got lucky on a lot of it. But yeah,
This chair is sick, but my ass is sticking to it.
Oh, dude, I leave a mark in this thing every time I goddamn stand up. It's just sweat mark, just hot, sweaty.
Let's get through this, man.
It's fucking 158 degrees in the summer and negative 60 degrees in the winter. What's up? Welcome to the winter wonderland, summer tundra desert.
Good old
Wyoming. Literally considered a desert. 307 Reacts, it's Matt. 307 Reacts, it's Chris.
Yeah.
And you guys are the best goddamn audience on the internet. Thank you guys so much for showing up to every single video. Thank you guys for showing up, showing out, showing support, commenting, liking, subscribing.
Thanks for just showing.
For the 150,000 of you that are not subscribed to us yet that come through and watch our videos anyways, just smash that button, baby. It's real easy.
Just give us a good old hit and run on that subscribe button.
We're not going to take over your feed, okay? We don't post 50 videos a day. We only post one a day, so we're not going to destroy your feed.
Yes.
YouTube will still algorithm everything you want.
Sunday, you get the day off.
There you go. We don't even post on Sunday, so technically it's 6 days a week. So hit that subscribe button. Help us out. Help us achieve our dreams so we don't have to go clock in to somebody else's paycheck every single day, and we can make our own money in here, right?
Oh,
That's
dude,
what
I
we're
saw a
trying to
thing
do,
on Facebook, and this guy goes, yeah, my boss showed up to work in a new Lamborghini. I was like, damn, dude, that thing's nice. And his boss goes, look, man, if you work hard and strive for excellence, I can maybe get one next year.
Exactly, right?
Get another one
if
next
you work
year.
as hard as you can and show up every single day and put in 110%, I can probably afford one next year too. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, so we want to avoid that kind of a thing. So hit that subscribe button.
I look forward to the day that we can hire employees and actually show people how employers are supposed to treat their employees.
Oh, for sure, man. For sure, absolutely.
I mean, the guy I work for now, fantastic dude. Honestly, the best job I've ever had. I mean, he took me to Vegas for free.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Be really nice to
guy.
get a third party in here to literally hand the keys over and be like, "This, see the desk that we work at?
Yeah.
This is also the desk that you work at.
Yeah.
Here's the keys. Go get work done. Go. Your access is our access. That's how we treat. That's how we would do it, man. So
it's a partnership.
Finally, at long last, you've seen the title for the thumbnail. You've seen the title for the video. We are diving into the recording of Evergreen.
That it hasn't been day one of requesting Evergreen, the recording.
Yeah, right.
By Pentatonix.
Right. Let's get the meme going. Go ahead and cycle it up. Let's go.
Day 365.
This might be one of our most requested videos in our comments since we started our channel, or at least
persistent,
or at least since we started doing the acapella stuff. Probably.
In fact, I bet you.
If you were to ask us on a random, to pick out 3 random suggestions that we've seen the most in the comments, this would definitely make that list. Absolutely. So, I'm sorry it took us so long. We've just had other things going on.
Been wild.
And this is Evergreen's their Christmas album, isn't it?
Yes.
So,
and they had the song Evergreen.
So we've had some things going on since Christmas. So we've just been busy, and we told you guys during the Christmas thing. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But we told you guys during that we're going to take a break after we're done with that because we did 30 days of acapella, and it was a little bit overwhelming. So here we are, 7 months later, and we're back with the recording of Evergreen. We're going to shut up and stop talking, and get into it. Stop topping, start dropping, and get right into it. What are you looking up? What do we got?
I am looking to
Can't
see.
keep the people waiting. Let's go.
You know what? I can't find it. That is amazing. With as persistent as you are, I can't find it. Anyway, shouts out to whoever requested this to where we finally caved in.
Over and over and over. I remember it was one person specifically. Yeah. Whoever you are in the comments, you're going to see this and you're going to go, thank you so much. It's you. Thank you. We'll make sure to pin your thing at the top and make sure that we give you some love in the comment section. So like, comment, subscribe. Let's go for it. Here we go. This might be like a movie thing. I don't really know what we're getting into. Two weeks? Oh my God.
Damn.
2 weeks? Oh my God. Okay. Wow. Oh, so they do it the same way Home Free does. Typically, they do it on their own and then send all the masters into one person to mix and master. Oh my God! Wow. Okay, so they got together and did it all in 2 weeks. 14 songs in 2 weeks. Oh my God,
That's
dude!
Crazy.
Talk about putting in work. Wow. Wow. This is going to be incredible. This is going to be absolutely incredible. I'm so excited for this,
So
you guys.
this is their last week.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
Trying to
It's
finish
the last
it
7
all up.
days.
Maybe you can do a tight tune today, and then I'll be ready to go tomorrow. Or I can try it right now.
You want to try?
Let's try it. Honestly, my scratchy voice might be cool. Alright, here we go.
Pro Tools.
No New Year's Day to celebrate. No chocolate covered candy hearts to give away. No first to spring, no song to sing. In fact, it's just another ordinary day.
Yeah, that's great. A couple more like that.
That is wow. The difference between hearing just his voice come through like ours are through the microphone,
yeah.
and then hearing the post production where they throw in like the echo and the
little
little
reverb
plate
and a little-
reverb in there, and like dress it up and put in all the EQ and stuff. My God, dude, the
So
cleanup
good.
is that's what production is, you guys.
Yeah.
Like our voices sound good coming through these microphones, right? If I EQ'd our voices through here, you'd be amazed what you can do with
Oh,
just
yeah.
simple dragging and placement of a sound wave, a
frequencies,
frequency.
basically,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It's I could make the high frequencies in our voices come out to where it would drive you absolutely nuts.
Oh, God.
Luckily enough, microphone designers create the stuff
Hey,
now
guess
to where
what?
it comes out of the box pretty good.
We
so.
can do that in Filmora.
We can do it in Filmora even. They even have EQ adjustment
Prepare
in
to be
Filmora.
annoyed.
Yeah, they,
No.
that's another great thing about Filmora and how versatile it is. But yeah, I mean, it's to hear the pre-production and the post-production is absolutely insane, and it solidifies what I've talked about in previous videos where I've talked about post-production and
Yeah.
how it's not some overly dramatic, crazy thing, but it is cleaning up and adding a little bit of
It's very
spatial
tedious.
spaceness to it. Yeah, it's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful process. This is amazing, by the way.
Which part is it? The
La luce quiero night.
light.
So why don't we have Mitch do the Italian with me, and then Kirsty comes in on the bridge as her entrance, and she goes all the way to the end. And
Yeah.
then when I come in, Mitch is starting to belt the thing because all those big drums come in, and then Kirsty comes in with me on the bridge. And then Mitch, the breeze. And then Mitch does
breeze.
we asked the life
And Mitch
time.
goes
And then
back in
Kirsty echoes him. And that's when she's like screaming.
And every heart that's broken will be.
I love that
Dude, look at
studio.
their booths. What?
Men dead. Men dead.
It's a good studio.
Dude, look at
there.
those booths. See,
Yeah.
and I've talked about this before in a performance too, or in one of our videos too. We've talked about how
The studio atmosphere.
the atmosphere in the studio makes you perform, and it inspires you to give a performance. So they
Yeah.
all have their own booth
Little
set
thing.
up where they've
Yeah.
got their own ambiance set up and their own headphone mix in their headphone amps in there, and they've got their own microphones. Man, what a brilliant dude! First
That's
of
so
all,
good.
what a space. I mean,
Yeah.
to bring in these fake walls and to set up all these different barriers and set up these different spaces.
And what's great
I mean,
about those walls is those are the same walls that Jimmy Hill has, where you can move them around, and they're
Yep.
sound deadening walls.
Yep, they're
Like,
baffles. They're just giant
Yeah.
baffles that you can
So
change. And
cool.
so they've created these literally 5 or 4 different vocal booths right here. That dude, this is crazy. What a space, man.
Yeah.
What a beautiful, amazing, versatile space to
And-
be able to create this record in.
And,
Wow.
and the whole when he's talking about, he's like, so why don't we have Mitch do that part or do the Italian with me, and then Kirsty's gonna come in on the bridge, and then she's gonna echo
The bridge.
Mitch, and then Mitch is gonna do the same thing as I'm doing, and we're gonna do that. Like, in a lot of you're just sitting there going, huh?
Wait, what?
That's how sometimes it goes with us in the studio. When we did the Mary Did You Know, Doobie's like, okay, so we're gonna have Gus like do this thing, and then Matt, you have that part, but like, you know, you don't really have to
Yeah.
do something here. But then Robert, we're gonna have you sing this part. And I'm sitting there as one of the people helping arrange this and put it together, going,
You're just like frazzled, like,
I'm like, you know what? One part at a time. Let's do that.
let's just start with one take and we'll build off of that and see
Yeah.
where we end up. Nice thing is we had one mic set up for everybody, so everyone
Yeah.
could just cut in and do what they needed to do. So,
Yeah.
you know, if someone needs to record, we just set their track and go record. It is
Yeah.
what it is. So you work with what you have, but this is what a
Oh, big
beautiful
time.
arrangement they have
Yeah.
here, man. This is amazing. Let's keep going.
Men
We're
dead.
2 minutes in.
Men dead. That's a good engineer.
And every heart that's broken will be mended.
Yes.
He's man dead.
Remember, we are
These R's are too open.
Okay. Okay.
Like this one is it's so perfect with
Cool.
Scott.
So this is the solo that I didn't know that I've been screaming.
Oh, wait. What about the first part? Did you do that too?
No,
Mitch is doing
didn't do
that.
that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they don't know what's going on either.
Yeah, right. Till they walk in. Yeah.
Love that.
I could hear like a little sleigh bell that goes throughout.
Yeah.
But I don't want beatboxing.
No.
Yeah, okay.
I think
great.
just snaps and sleigh bells.
Yeah, agreed.
Dude.
That's crazy.
Okay, see? Right there. I've talked about getting samples from these guys before. That's how you create a sample right there.
And
It
that's what he did. He
and
did that and then
created
looped
a
it through.
sample. That's what he literally. Okay, so we want some. What do we want? Some sleigh bells? Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, and I'm sitting here thinking, oh yeah, it's a great effect. Let's get a thing of sleigh bells, and you hit the end of it, ching,
Yeah.
ching, ching, ching. Of course, they're not using instruments; they're using their voices. And so he just
Yeah.
goes in there and gets on a microphone and starts making sleigh bell noises. Wild,
good.
fucking wild.
It's probably as far as I can get. Okay, got it.
Or should we actually just do the chords at B?
Yeah, can we start at B?
So they're already on like day 3.
Let's do without the
Yeah.
solos, starting at B.
Well, technically.
Well, day 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
So ready, first chord of B. Second chord. Right at C. 2, 3.
It's been a long, long time.
Dude, knock it off.
So good.
Chrissy,
God, how many hours, Chris, do you think were spent right here in this setting
A
right here?
couple.
This is where the magic happens, dude.
Yeah.
Like this is right here, the rehearsals. Look at Mitch on the piano.
Oh, just dead.
He's like, ah. And this is how you know you've made progress.
Yeah.
When you're at a point where you are beat to death from
Yeah.
doing the thing over and over and over and over, you're making progress.
Yeah.
And it sucks and it's debilitating and you're like, I'm going home. Fuck this.
It sucks until the next day. You come back to it and it just
And
happens.
even now, us listening on the
Right.
outside, they've been at it for hours. So when they make these chords, they're just like, okay, are we fucking done? Did we get the thing? When we hear it, it's like, and it's like, Jesus, wow, you guys,
Yeah.
wow, pff, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
They just want to go home at this point. You know what I mean? Like,
Kiss me once again.
kiss me once again.
Oh, yeah.
they're all making notes on their staff and stuff.
Right.
God, they're so smart, man.
Yeah.
Floating. That's right. So it's actually getting the then note is harder. Then kiss. So kiss me twice. Then kiss me twice. Then kiss me once again. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Kiss me once again.
Yeah.
And check out.
Great. Let's see again.
So kiss me once and kiss me twice and kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time.
Dude, knock it
so good.
off.
So kiss
Oh.
me once.
Come on. They're doing it. Oh, that's right. They were saying they were rehearsing everything off the floor and doing
Yeah.
everything in real time.
If I had to imagine, so like right where they were sitting at the piano is step 1.
Yeah.
This is step 2.
Yep.
And then step 3 is individual takes.
Yep, I
Because
bet.
this is them setting their scratch track.
This is them doing the fill, basically. They're like, this is the base layer.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go in and add the refinements with each of your individual voices
Yeah.
after this. You're right. You're probably right.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about recording a cappella other than what we've done in this room. So, that's kind of how we did it. We start with the fundamental parts, which is just like who's singing first.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of
set a guitar to it so we know what chords to stay in and
set a jumping off point.
There
Like
you go.
the only way you're going to be able to move forward is to lay something down and start going. So it's an awkward
brick
process.
by
but
brick.
I can only imagine in this setting, man, when you put those headphones on and
I
like
would love to
you
just sit on that piano.
Oh, and you can
watch,
hear
dude.
all the other voices coming
Yeah.
through, but you can't really see everybody. But you know they're all next to you, and you're all just about to create this magic in this
Yes.
room. Ugh, dude, there's so much power happening right here. It's beautiful. Let's
Oh,
go.
for real.
Kiss me twice, then kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time.
Beautiful.
I kind of feel like we use the guitar. I kind of agree with you, Mitch.
Okay, so I'm the only one that's doing movement there, so maybe I can lead it.
Sure.
You guys can listen to me.
Okay.
You'll never know how many dreams I dreamed about you.
Great.
God, his voice is crazy.
It's been a long, long time.
Dude.
Damn.
Woo!
He's like, "That's great."
That post production
Fuck yeah, it
is
is.
nuts, man.
This is Kristen's first time here.
Oh, and she's sitting in listening position too. So
Yeah.
like at the mixing console, that's listening position, which is
Yeah.
they have the speakers set up that they're aiming down and like they hit you have the perfect triangle right there.
Yeah.
So it's like being in the middle of a movie theater, like in the
Yeah.
center position in a movie theater. It's
Like
stunning.
the sound is engineered to be best at that one
Right
point.
there, because that's
Yeah.
where the mix engineer sits to do his work. So it has to sound like they have acousticians come in and set up rooms designed for everything to converge right there at that spot. So
Yeah.
I've been in that spot before, sitting behind a console, and it is
It's wild,
It's a
dude.
magical place to sit,
Yeah.
dude. It's so crazy. Like you can be
10 feet one way, and it sounds different.
Yeah, I was gonna say 6 feet one way.
Yeah.
and it sounds completely different. And then as you roll into the center, you're just like, what?
Whoa.
All these little nuances come to life, and just the brilliance happens,
Like
man. It's
when
wild.
you're sitting in that chair, there's something about, wow, that sounds good. Then you get in the chair, and it's like I can feel the warmth of the sound.
The
Like,
weight,
it's
you
crazy.
can feel the weight of what's
Yeah.
happening. People, oftentimes producers will say really good tracks have a lot of weight to them, which
Yeah.
is weird because it's music and sound doesn't weigh anything, but
Yeah.
you can feel it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it sits on you, and it's beautiful, man.
It's crazy.
And so Kirsty, Thirsty Kirsty.
Thirsty Kirsten. Yep.
She is in listening position, what they call listening position right now, and she's you can see it on her face.
Just
She looks
loving
over
it.
and smiles like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, dude! Yeah, beautiful." She's like, "Yeah, dude."
God, that beat. Wow.
There's so much drums happening in that room, dude. Wow.
Kevin just like,
He's
yeah.
like, yeah.
Right there. That's it. That's the sauce.
That's it. We're done.
Damn.
It's so good. Oh my god.
This thing makes me cold
It's
because
really
I
good,
can chill
though.
so much.
Wow.
It's so
Wow.
good.
How exciting. That got me pumped as hell.
No.
Wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We'll let it rock.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And I do feel like maybe a little bit of party track
Yeah, yeah.
also might be like
I
nice.
agree. I think it should have like room noise.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
exactly. Like
hearing.
Party track on it, or
Yeah.
Party track, also known as gang vocals, group vocals, where you put one microphone in the center of a room, i.e. this microphone right here, and every person just yells into it. And these guys probably aren't going to yell, but they're probably all going to sing it. But it's a way to create, like they're saying, we need room noise. They're creating room noise right now, so they can take this track and split one left and duplicate it and split it right, and millisecond take some delay in it and stereo split it and make just layers and layers and layers and layers of sound. Like it's a brilliant
crazy.
thing, and they're doing it all with voices, man. This is normally stuff you do with guitars and shakers and tambourines and like other ambient instruments. This is pianos. Like this is not stuff you just do with a bunch of people's voices. Like there's a gang vocals in certain songs,
yeah, and
but
like rocks in rock and hip hop, there's a lot
punk
of like
music,
group vocals.
there's gang vocals.
Yeah,
but it's not like usually it's like a shouting vocal.
Yeah.
It's not like they're not usually singing these beautiful melodies. Yeah,
for your right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was group vocals. They
That's
put
gang
one
vocals.
mic right in the middle, had everybody shout it, and then they recorded them individually shouting it,
Yep.
and then boom,
they
there you go.
slapped them all together.
That's
and-
why
and
it
the
sounds
thing-
so
and
big.
it's super raw too. Like no one was auto-tuned or tracked. It was
Yeah.
just like that's how we did it. Let's go.
What kind of party?
I think low key.
Yeah, low key. Hey, how you feeling? Good.
I just wanted to sound like
Sophisticated
Can we
party.
move back further?
Oh, for the party track?
So they can't hear like distinct.
Exactly what we're saying.
I want it to be like so muffled.
Oh, they are just doing laughs. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, what a cool perspective.
Yeah.
Alright, next
So like, yeah, we're just gonna talk about holidays.
What a cool
Shit.
perspective, man, from the engineer's point of view.
Is that Eunice's name? How do you want?
Oh, I don't know. Why don't we do one where we do all unison 4 and then he can stack those 4 and put them copy
Yeah.
paste, and then we'll do one where we're in 3-part for one take.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, how long?
I don't know.
I don't know. That was so brilliant. How long do we hold the note? And then Kirsten just starts to feel it out.
And then Mitch is actually
He's like keeping the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4.
off.
Okay, yeah, we're doing
Yeah.
it for 1 bar, and then they all just immediately 1 bar, and now they're gonna 1 bar it. Like it's so beautiful, man.
You remember when I was talking about being in an a cappella group in high school, how we could just look at each other and know what was coming? He asked the question, they sing it, and then they just look at each other and go, "Okay, cool,
Bingo.
We know what's up." Like,
Everyone's on the
this is
same
exactly
page
what's happening.
in 1 second. Like with
Yeah.
like at the turn of a chord, everyone's on the same page. It's beautiful.
I don't know.
1 bar.
Got it.
Everyone on the same page. Everyone, dude.
Nailed it.
Beautiful.
It still counts.
I bet that room is loud when they're doing that.
Oh, yeah.
I bet it's way loud.
I'm with her and like,
Same.
Are you belting it?
Yep.
If everyone's belting, then I should just do it.
I think so, because you're gonna be loud.
I mean, I'm gonna be so loud.
Maybe. Yeah, that's why I don't know if we need him to do your part as well.
Why don't we try?
Damn.
Can we hear some of those? I mean, pretty good, dude.
We're never hiring a choir.
We're never hiring a choir again.
the river we go.
Is it the river or the river?
I think it's that.
Oh.
So 1, 2, 3.
The river we go.
Yeah. The river we go.
Scott.
Yeah.
On
Am I
the
doing it right?
river.
1, 2, 3. The river we go.
I think
kinda like
you
a-
and I are doing like more of a full voice thing. The river we go.
Oh, okay. Don't do it like a throwaway kind of like. Yeah.
I'll do one
Oh.
breath. It's flipping up.
That's good.
But it's too full, but I'll just put breath on the end.
I
Okay,
think
cool.
you and I should switch maybe.
Okay.
Because that would be easier for me to flip.
The river we go. Okay. 1, 2.
The river we go.
Those last two are really good.
Over the river and through the woods, yeah.
That little dissonant chord.
I love that too. I'm just noticing also, if you look at Kevin right there when he went to say those last two are really good, he's carrying around this little box. It's got a clicker on it. and when he goes to talk, he hits the clicker.
Yeah.
So he's basically just got like an access, like a button that turns on the microphone on the console, so he can talk to all of them in their headphones. He's basically just got a talkback button. I think that's what it's called, is a talkback. And he presses that button in, and it opens the mic up, so he can go, those last two are really good, and just put in an input and then let it go, and then they're back to hearing themselves again. I think that's a standard for most studios, for most big studios where the mixer's behind glass in a different room. That makes sense because you got to talk to them somehow. But I love that, man. I think that's an amazing feature to have.
Good.
Like, here, you want to talk to your guys while I'm doing the thing? Here, take this box, and you can just walk around the room with it and listen to things. And then if you need to say something, just hold that button and say what you need to say. It's a really good idea. I love that.
Matt and I were wondering, instead of woods, like woods, just like continue the woods.
I kind of thought that too.
It's got that little box.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh,
just,
that's nice.
Yeah, the has a little like not in the character of this
Like
song.
a flip.
It's like.
I don't think it's because we were just flipping. Yeah.
That's
nice.
That's fire. That's cool.
That's fire.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah, that's good.
How do you even come up?
How did you do that?
Those.
Over the river and through the woods. Like, what? There's like
I
so many
would've never
extra
thought
notes
to
in
even
there.
Do that?
Yeah.
Like that's like, God, trying to put your shoe on with your elbows.
There's
There's
like-
so many. Just
There's like over the
steps.
river and through the woods like the normal way, and then they're like over the river and through the woods.
Oh, it's so
What is-
good though.
But it sounds perfect. How are
Yeah.
you guys doing that? What the fuck is going on? All right.
practice, man.
Like, so what, dude?
1, 2, 3. That's kind of sick.
Wait, are you saying you don't like that little crescendo at the beginning?
Oh, I did like it, but I feel like maybe the full voice would be better.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, the full voice is better.
Can we do one more that is like that breathier, quieter one, just to have, just in case?
Sure.
That
Yeah.
sounds better.
Oh, that one's good too.
Those both sound good.
Yeah. 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 Sing. Sing. That's it. Yeah.
Damn.
That's the one.
That's a cool texture.
Sing.
And it can be really fun in the mix too. I like that.
Yeah.
And then the next one is we all start. And maybe breath here.
What?
1, 2, 3.
Dude, you guys stop.
The engineer, did you see his face?
And all
He's
the
just like-
bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day in the morning. Then let us all rejoice again on Christmas Day in the morning.
Morning.
That's interesting.
A little longer on name.
I'm curious as to why, instead of being straight on with the mic, they have the mic almost turned, so he gets like a different, to where like if you hear my voice here, it feels more direct and sharp. Whereas if it goes to the side, it's a little more softer. Like there's the the curve is different.
I can only imagine it has to do with
And I know it's because he's reading, but like
I
any
think-
studio engineer would be like,
I can only imagine maybe because it's so focused vocally that they want to be able to fine tune things down to a certain extent. So they're trying to probably avoid plosives as much as they can.
That's fair.
So he's obviously there's a pop filter on the thing, and that helps at one point. But when you're doing focused vocal work like this, where every nuance in the vocal is going to be heard, where in most mixes, most rock mixes, rap mixes, country mixes, whatever it is, you don't hear the nuances in the vocals, right? Whereas that's kind of the focal point of this. I can only imagine, and I don't know, this is just my audio engineer brain going at it, but I would do that just so I could totally avoid any chance of we got the perfect take except for that one that you had in
Yeah.
there, and it exploded the mic, and now we have to
Yeah.
redo it. But everything else is perfect, So I that's just me. I don't know. Maybe there's
That
a
makes
completely
sense.
different reason for it, but that's why I would do it. I'd just be like, hey, I can crank the compression on this thing. We're in these booths in this nice room. I can get as much gain out of this mic as I need to. Don't worry about singing directly into it. I'll catch your voice. Just
Yeah.
worry about getting a good performance and singing the words open and full, and not
Yeah.
worrying about like singing directly into a mic and having.
Okay.
I don't
Makes
know,
sense.
right? I don't know. That's
Either
just my
that
2
or
cents.
it's just his rough take for the beginning
Could just
of it.
it could just be maybe he's rehearsing it. I don't actually know, you guys. That could just be all for naught. I
His
have no
hand
idea.
tattoo
But
is super cool though.
he's got a lot of good work, and I'm
Yeah.
noticing on their headphones too. I think they're Audio Technica headphones, but they have stickers over the labels, probably
yeah.
for shooting reasons. I can
Oh,
only
yeah.
imagine. Yeah.
Well, you know who they're signed to.
Oh.
Can't be seen with those Audio Technicas.
That's true.
Yep.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that, man. That
Yeah.
makes a lot. Why aren't they using? I mean, Audio
Well,
Technica
they're
makes good
probably using their budget that they give them.
And
they said, "Hey, go produce a Christmas album." And they went, "Sick, we know a guy."
Gotcha. We know a guy that has a
So-
studio that has 50 sets of headphones already.
And I do know, like a lot of times when you sign to a label, at first off, you use their studio.
Oh yeah.
After that,
they give you a budget.
Basically, after you have your first album, they help you produce your first album, and they charge you for all of that.
Mhm.
Now you do have to pay that back, and hopefully you pay it back in album sales.
Return on sales, yeah.
Now, after that, typically they go, "Hey, here's a check for $100,000. Go produce the next album, your music videos, whatever you need to do. Send it all back to us. We'll tell you what's good, what's not, and then we'll put it together in promos and put it out for you."
Yep. We'll distribute it for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So there's not like, hey, if you want to record here in our studio, you can, but it's going to cost you. I'd imagine these guys, they go, well, we're not going to use Sony's studio. Like, there's this other guy who's a little bit cheaper. He does fantastic work. We're just going to go with this guy.
I recognize the studio and I recognize the name of the producer because I watched a lot of Warren Hewert's stuff on production
and
stuff.
he's
but
produced them since before they were signed.
I recognize the whole setup. I just can't. I couldn't put a name to the studio, but I have seen videos of this studio before, and yeah, it's all. Just it's a lot of these guys. A lot of these major producers are just guys like me, that just have a lot of shit in a room one day, and before you know it, they've got all this equipment and they can make these insanely nice recordings, and they've just been working the gear for years and years and decades, and that's just how it comes out, man. Like they're just a lot of a performance comes from the gear, sure. But the actual masterpiece comes from the guy behind the board.
Yeah.
Like the guy behind the board who puts it together. That's the real crafter, the real artist right there.
Yeah.
Like not to a great performance is what it is. These guys are
Yeah.
insane musicians. They're insane talents, right? So that helps. That's a big step up.
It's sort of like a photographer. The sunset is always going to be pretty, and you're always going to catch it that one time. But it takes someone truly masterful with a camera to capture it for everything that it actually is.
And make it truly inspiring for somebody else to view or interpret or listen to or whatever it may be, right? Yeah, you're right, for sure. Okay, we got a few more minutes. Let's go.
Ships saw 3 on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Sheesh. That's so hard.
Sheesh.
I think Earth should be Nerth.
On Earth!
Nerth?
Yeah.
On Nerth.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Nerth.
On
All
Nerth.
the souls on Nerth. Then all the souls on Earth shall sing on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Then all the...
Love it.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Then let us all rejoice again on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Then let us all rejoice again on Christmas Day in the morning.
It's just in the beginning, like body condition.
Oh, cool.
That sounds great. Can we record that? That's good. We have enough of those now. That sounds. I love that layer. This is where we get the intricate stuff. Well, I feel like we should get 2 people going. So it has 2 different like layers of that. So you and I can probably get. But I feel like there's a. Could be like, oh yeah. We have that for sure. That's for sure. It sounds so, like,
Building the percussion, man.
That's sick.
do that. 1, 2, and.
Oh.
That's gonna be dope.
My snap
That's sick.
GF. Do you want them to be
What'd he say?
My snaps were like GF. Do you want them to be
Oh, the note? Yeah.
Like, I was like, GF. Like, you want them to be like.
Oh,
that's cool.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, wait. Oh, that's cool. So maybe us two do that, and then you two do.
You see what they're doing right here for all the non-percussionists out there? This is called a polyrhythm. That's what this is, where one thing is keeping the beat, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other one's doing something different against it. 1, 2.
That's where you get the gallop feeling, like a horse galloping, is the kind of sensation, at least that it reminds me of.
Yeah. So they're doing polyrhythmic shit right now,
Yeah.
and for the percussionists to be teaching all the non-percussionists how to do this. In
It's
the
funny
moment,
because you can kind of see where they're like, I'm trying my best.
like
here.
and like it's amazing for them to be doing all of this in the moment and with only minimal days left to get this done, and they're like rehearsing this entire percussion section and building this is amazing, man.
It sounds so good.
It sounds so good, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, let's do that because I'm kind of doing that too.
Okay.
Like just
That-
so like.
That knuckle into that is so nice. Like that rhythm.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah, I like that. That's
so
cool.
dope.
And it feels like we're on a pirate ship.
Exactly.
We can all do it a little differently. I think it'd be cool. I'm just gonna.
Which mic should we use?
Okay, Garcia. 1, 2, 3, 8.
Let's go.
That's gonna be dope. That's stacked. Actually, do it with him.
Okay.
And then you and I can go. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, and. I think that's gonna be cool. Wait, can we just hear all that?
Can you imagine how many vocal layers this
Jesus.
dude has in Pro Tools right now? Can you even imagine, dude? How many
Insane.
How many rehearsals and layers and takes have they done? This guy's got to have
Hundreds.
500 tracks of audio in
Yeah.
Pro Tools right now. It's got to be just a nightmare for editing, dude.
Oh, for real.
Wow, man. Wow. They do so much in such a short amount of time. The project window has got to be just... And now, granted, these guys are geniuses behind the consoles, right? So I'm sure they've got an organization system where they've got all this shit lined out. But my God, dude, it's just got to be so much information.
Yeah.
Kudos to all the Apple machines making it happen
I know
out there, man.
Jimmy, like when we record with Jimmy Hill, what he would do is he would do, okay, well, we're going to work on this section, right? And let's just say it was drums. We're recording drums first. He would have separate tracks for, snare, like room
Kick,
mic,
snare,
kicks,
toms,
That way he'd mic all the individual drums and then mic the room. So you would have all those tracks going. And then he would record those, and then he'd go in and have, hey, I need you to smack a snare right here one more time, and then he would smack it in the right, and then fix that.
Get samples and stuff,
then he would take, and there's a way in Pro Tools to take all of that and mix it into just one track, and then you can separate it at any time.
Yeah,
And so he just one track, and then, okay, here's the guitars. And then, has a couple different layers of guitars, and there you go, cleans it up. And then next one. And then at the very end, he takes all of it and unfolds it out and goes through and edits all of it before the end.
Edits all of it and then compresses it down at the very bottom into one stereo track, and
Yeah.
that's your final mix at the bottom. A lot of engineers do that. It has something to do with folders and folding tracks into one another and unfolding tracks and doing that whole thing.
I don't know what it looks super sick though.
I don't record big enough projects to have that happen. My maximum tracks are like 30 to 40, and that's maintainable on one screen without having to fold or unfold or do any of that shit. So like,
it's still a nightmare. But
it's still a nightmare, but it's tolerable. I can't imagine recording 5 voices over and over and over
Oh,
and
he's gotta
over.
have
Oh my God,
over
dude.
200 tracks.
It has to be. I would put it somewhere in the 300 to 400 track range.
Yeah.
That he's got, and we're talking audio tracks, one at a time.
Yeah.
Just one track of audio. He's got to have 400 of those on one screen. It's got to be insane, man.
Yeah.
We got 1 minute left, 30 seconds. Let's
I
go back.
hear this percussion.
I do too.
Like,
I think they're going to do it at the end here.
I think that's gonna be cool.
All right,
Wait, can we just hear all that what we just did and like everything together?
This is
gonna be dope.
What are you doing over this as beatboxing wise?
I don't know if I was doing anything.
Oh, you weren't?
I think he said he wanted it to be like more body percussion, and then like it just kind of grows. The only time I started doing beatboxing he wanted was wherever that's from.
There it is.
Damn.
Dude, so much layering going on.
Yeah.
In it. God, dude, and that wasn't even all of it. They had more in there. I'm sure the song gets fuller or whatever. But yeah, wow, man. Okay, that's it. That's it. There's one more second, but it's just gonna roll into the next video. So there you go, and it's our boy,
Mr. Steve.
Wow, man. So there it is, the recording of Evergreen. I will always take time to watch a documentary happening in a studio. There's a Metallica studio. I can't remember the Black Album. I think they documented the Black Album.
Oh yeah.
In the studio, their entire journey through that, and just the setups alone in the studio. I mean, the rooms they've constructed, and the gear they've set up, and the way they've mic'd things up, and the living spaces they've created. I mean, Lars Ulrich. I mean, he lives in the drum room basically. He's got it set up to where he basically lives out there, and that's kind of his space. And then James Hetfield, he's got his own space where he sets up for vocals, and then their guitar players have their own spaces where they're setting up their guitars. And then they can all go into their spaces, put on their headphones, and jam like they're standing right next to each other, all through a console. And like the process is amazing, man.
It is.
The work that goes into it, the time and effort that gets put in, and like the things that can happen when you get people together in a confined space and make them produce something. You have to get something done, and you have 2 weeks to get 14 songs done. We're on a budget, and we need to send something to your guys so they can put it out. Like, that's
We're
their
out of
job.
time and over budget on this build.
Literally.
We need this Chevy Impala out of here in 6 minutes.
Literally, dude. We got to be on the dyno in 25 minutes, and we still don't have the front axle on the car. Like, that's kind of, it's absolute, like...
It's crunch time.
And because of those things, it puts you into this overdrive mode where you get these. Look at some of the results, man.
And it's so easy though to just go, you know what, that's good enough. Fuck it, like let's go to the next one.
Right.
And they don't do that. They take their time and they spend a lot of long nights.
Look at the palm facing over the piano, man. That explains all. Like I've been in that. I've been in those choir groups where you have to stay after class and you have to rehearse after school, and it's just like
we were there with Mary. Did you know there was a couple times just trying to get harmonies together. It was like, oh my god, dude.
There were certain times when me, Chris, and Doobie are all sitting in the studio staring at the screen, and it's just quiet, and we just go.
We just listen to the same 3 seconds over and over and over again.
And finally, someone just goes, "All right, let's take a break for.
Let's go get some pizza.
Let's take a break for 10 minutes and come back to it and try again," because you hit walls.
Yeah.
Where you get to a point and it's like, we can't do this anymore. We got to take a break, refresh our ears, and that's a real thing.
Yeah.
You listen to something too many times, or you practice something too many times in a row, and you end up getting worse at it. That's how she goes.
Speaking of, if you check out our Patreon, there's one of those such instances on there. Now, we had to cut out close to 10 minutes of the video because the microphone was peaking so bad.
That and our screen cap doesn't capture VSTs, and it's kind of a weird process to get things going. So.
I sang the what line was it?
Is the great
No.
It wasn't Great I Am.
It's the new one that's coming out.
The Freebird thing?
Yeah. What was that line I fucking did over and over and over again for like...
I must be traveling on now. I'm pretty sure it was something like that, yeah. If I stay here with you, girl, I must be traveling on now. One of those.
Yeah, it was one of those ones. Yeah. I sang that bitch.
We sang it a handful of times, and you had it like 3 times, and then all of a sudden it just went...
Yeah.
For like 2 hours.
For 2 hours. We walked away, and it was funny. I come in the next day. We're supposed to shoot reactions, right? I said, let me hit that one more time.
Let's just pull it up really quick. I just want to try it once. First take, nailed it. I was like... That's it. That was the hit.
That's just...
And we paused it, saved it, moved on with reactions.
God,
that's
dude,
how it works, guys. That's just how it works.
I was so pissed.
Process of creation, dude. It's an insane thing. So that was amazing. They're an absolute insane talent. And I can't believe to be just to be the camera guy in that
Yeah.
situation, man. What a treat
Yeah.
to be in the room with talent like that.
Oh,
and
for real.
Talent included behind the board and behind
Yeah.
the piano, the composers, the producers, the mixers, the masters.
Yeah.
Just wealth, people, a wealth of just unbelievable talent coming together to produce something that is well deserving of the multiple millions of views that it has. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Thank you guys so much for that suggestion.
Absolutely.
That was awe-inspiring and mind-blowing at the same time. Beautiful work.
Well, I must be traveling on now.
It's time, everybody.
If you guys like this episode as much as we did, be sure you leave a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, click the bell, become part of the notification gang. And I'm going to go home, take a cold shower. We'll see you there.
Me too.
Not in the shower, just in the next episode.
We'll see you in the showers.
Boom. See you in the showers.